guys, welcome back. Today I have my current beauty favorites makeup tutorial style. So I asked you guys on Snapchat what you wanted to see. A lot of you guys wanted me to do like the actual makeup tutorial so you can see the products in action and stuff that I've been loving instead of me just like telling you guys what they are. So I pretty much have like current favorites for like a full face for the most part, but I'll let you guys know what's new and what's not throughout the video. But I've been loving a lot of these products, and like ironically a lot of these are affordable. I just always gravitate towards affordable makeup. I mean, it's not like I do it like on purpose or anything like that. Like, just to show you guys, like I genuinely use a lot of affordable products more so than high-end on a daily. I'll add a couple high-end products, but like for the most part I just love a lot of the new drugstore stuff that's been coming out. It's just been so good to me. Like, it's been amazing. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you think down below, and let's just go ahead and get started. So my first favorite is a very essential product, especially now that it's winter and it's super cold here in Pennsylvania. I have been loving this My Favorite Night Balm 8-Hour Overnight Recovery from Bath & Body Works. You guys know I'm obsessed with the Menthol Lip Shine from Bath & Body Works. That's pretty much like all that I use on my lips, like morning, at night, before I do my makeup, before I go to bed. When I discovered this, I think it was like right before Christmas, like in around December. I love this so much because it has like a really creamy, thick formula for your lips. So it like really hydrates them, makes my lips really soft and just ready and prepped for makeup especially. And then when I wake up in the morning, my lips just feel so soft because I use this before I go to bed. Even though it does say like overnight recovery, I still use it in the morning and before makeup, and I just love it. And it also smells like vanilla, which like I'm obsessed with anything sweet like that. So I just wanted to give this a shout out because I love Bath & Body Works, like their lip products. They are amazing, and I've been using them for years to hydrate my lips. That's like all that I use. So whenever you guys see my lips that look like this, like before makeup, it's that. Okay, so moving into brows, I've been loving the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil. This is pretty much similar to the Anastasia Brow Definer. It has like that angled tip, and I absolutely love this pencil for filling in my brows. It makes it so easy, and basically what I do is just outline my brows. I always like to do this. It just makes it so much easier to fill them in, but this I feel like has like cut my brow time in half. Like, I love like the other brow pencils that I've mentioned to you guys in the past, but this, I don't know what it is, but it's so good. The formula, the shape, everything, I'm obsessed with it. So I have this one in the shade medium brown, and it's like my perfect match. As for the rest of my brow products, I really haven't tried anything new, so I'm gonna go ahead and just fill in the rest of my brows, and I'll be back and we'll start with the eyes. So for eyeshadow palettes, I have been dipping and dabbing and loving these fancy eyeshadow palettes from Shop Hush. I purchased a huge order of eyeshadows there like about a month and a half or so ago, and I've been like playing with some of the colors. I haven't played with all of their palettes because I did get a bunch, but they are amazing quality so far. These palettes were super affordable. I'll insert the price right here because I don't remember off the top of my head how much they were, but I love the packaging. I love these palettes. They're pretty much very identical to the Kylie palettes, the Burgundy palette I think, and the Bronze palette. That's what they're called, but I love them. They're super pigmented. They blend really well, and I was just really surprised at how affordable these are, and you get mirrors. I'm pretty sure the Kylie ones don't have mirrors, but anyways, I'm gonna be playing with this one today, just a bunch of neutrals. So yeah, I really adore these palettes. If you're looking for some really good eyeshadow palettes that are affordable, that are dupes for high-end makeup, definitely check out Shop Hush. This video is not sponsored. I purchased everything with my own money, just a little FYI. And by the way, I did prime my lids, and I did set with this color right here, which is called Jasper. I'm gonna start off with the shade Tiger Eye right here, which is like a really nice neutral brown color. I'm gonna just tap off the excess and apply this right into my crease using a Wet n Wild blending brush. I'm gonna just do a really nice neutral brown smoky eye today. Zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Now we're really up close and personal. I'm gonna really make this look blown out, smoky. I'm really building up that tiger eye color. Like, are you seeing how pigmented this is? It's crazy. When I first used these, I was like, this cannot be real. Like, how is this like this pigmented? By the way, I also wanted to mention the shipping on Shop Hush. I actually thought it was going to be longer when I ordered. It was like the beginning of December or so, or like end of November. It was like around there. And so with the holidays, I really thought it was going to take a long time, because like when I ordered, I believe they sent me an email and it said like it's gonna be here in 8 to 10 business days. I got my order within like 4 or 5 days, so I was really, really impressed by that. Also because shipping was free, and I was a little skeptical just because like obviously when stuff is so affordable, I'm like, there has to be a catch, but everything came in time, so that's really great. Picking up this shade right here, it's called Hematite on a Morphe M441. I'm just gonna be blending this color also more in my crease, just adding a little bit more depth to it and more dimension. Kind of pretty much where I just applied that same Tiger eye color. Need to get my eyebrows done really bad. I know you guys probably see those little stray hairs. I am desperately needing my eyebrows done and like my nails, everything. Oh, another favorite, I forgot to talk about this brush. It's the new Wet n Wild brushes. I'm going to be using them throughout the video as well. I actually got these separately before I found out that there was like a kit that they had on their website, and I'm obsessed with these brushes, you guys. They're like really high quality. They're like the ones with like the shiny pink handle. They're such soft brushes, and like I've really been enjoying them lately. So definitely, if you're looking for a good brush kit, the Wet n Wild brushes are amazing. I think you get 10 brushes, which I think is pretty good. You don't have every brush that you would need to do your makeup, but you have a lot of the basic essential brushes. With a flat shader brush from ColourPop, I'm going to pick up the shade Goldstone, and I'm actually going to dip in here and spray my brush with a little bit of this Wet n Wild setting spray that I've actually really been loving also. And I'm just going to apply this inner third of my lid. I'm using packing motions like I always do because I feel like this is the best way to apply shimmery eyeshadows, and like they actually stick on your lid when you do it that way versus if you're just spreading the product out on your lid. Then what I'm going to do is take a different blending brush. This one is from Violet Voss, and I wish these had names, but they don't. It's like a tinier little blending brush. I'm going to use the shade right here, which is Bronzite. It's like a really deep matte brown color. I'm going to just take circular motions with that brush and apply this color right on the outer part of my crease, blending it slightly towards my lid, but not really, obviously, because I just applied that shimmery color. I don't want to take away from that, so I'm kind of just doing really tiny circular motions and kind of flicking the eyeshadow out to blend it so that it kind of creates like that gradient effect. The best part about these eyeshadows is that a little bit goes a long way, so you don't really have to like dip your eyeshadow in here for a long time to get a lot of color payoff. Like I'm literally dabbing in here super lightly and I'm getting so much color payoff, like as you can see. Using my Wet n Wild P20 blending brush, I'm gonna go back into the shade Tiger Eye that I was using earlier, and I'm gonna run that right in my crease just to do a little bit more blending. And we can't forget winged liner. I'm using the NYX matte liquid liner. This is really not a new favorite of mine. You guys know I've been using this for a long time. It's probably my favorite liquid liner like of all time at the moment. I used to be obsessed with the Wet n Wild Mega Lash liner, but then they changed the formula and the wand, so now this is like the next best thing, and I love this liner. So I'm doing a pretty dramatic wing because smoky eyes call for a wing. For a little bit more dramatic lashes, I've been obsessed with these from V Rose Beauty. I'll leave the info down below where you can purchase these. I love these in the style Princess P. They're a little bit more on the dramatic side, so like I don't wear these every single day. But I love these for like an everyday glam look like the one I'm wearing today because they are a little bit more dramatic, but they're not like, you know, drag queenish. Like they're still very wearable. Okay, so while my eye glue dries, eyelash glue dries, I'm gonna go ahead and just prime my skin just to save a little bit of time. I think I've talked about this plenty of times, like in countless number of videos recently. The L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer is to die for. I really love the fact that it makes my skin matte, but it doesn't emphasize any dry patches on my face, because sometimes some primers can be a little bit too matte. And I really like how it's kind of like a lotion consistency, because when you blend it into your skin, it absorbs the oil, but it still feels a little bit hydrating, if that makes sense. So I really have been loving this, and like a little bit goes a long way. Like even what I just applied on my face is a little bit too much. You literally need the smallest amount. Since my T-zone is the oil spot, that's why I just applied that there. But my skin is combo skin, so I really like dewy skin like on the rest of my face. Like I love that hydrating, glowy look. So I've been obsessed with the Photo Focus Dewy Primer from Wet n Wild. It just looks like this. It is amazing. This is seriously one of the best glowy primers that doesn't have any glitter in it that I've tried at the drugstore. Like it's literally so pretty on the skin. So I just apply this like on my cheeks because that's where I want that glow. A little bit right here with any extra product, but I don't know if you can really see, but like it literally makes you look glowy and hydrated, and doesn't have any glitter or like shimmer in it. It just gives you like that healthy luminous glow. It's kind of like the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which I love. This could be a dupe for it because it literally gives you the same effect. but it's like perfect for every single day. So if you have dry skin, I think you're really going to enjoy that primer. Okay, so once the primers have settled, I'm going to go into foundation. I've been loving two foundations. They're the ones that I've been kind of like going back and forth with. So the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows foundation has been like my go-to ride or die everyday glowy foundation. Love the coverage, love how it literally makes your skin look glowy. The smell isn't my favorite, but it does wear like off once you apply the foundation and once you have it on. I have this one in the shade Soft Honey, and it's a little bit of a pricier foundation. It's like $16 at Walmart, but I do think it's worth it because if you love glowy, hydrating foundations, you're gonna absolutely love this one. So I've been really impressed with that, and I love the lasting power of that because even though it's glowy, it doesn't like wear off throughout the day, and it doesn't have glitter or anything in it, so it's beautiful. Whenever I want something a little bit more full coverage and more of like a natural matte finish, I love this new Maybelline Superstay foundation. I love the packaging also because you do get a pump, so this is just what it looks like, and I have two shades, 128 and 220, and mixing them creates my perfect shade. So I'm going to use this one today just because my look is a little bit more glam and I want a little bit more full coverage. So I'm going to just do one pump of the 220 shade, and then I do one pump of the 128 shade. And this foundation, in my opinion, looks best with a brush versus with a sponge. I feel like you get the best coverage and it just looks better in general. And I'm using my favorite foundation brush, which is the Morphe M439, and I'm just going to really buff this in and then just blend it out. So I like pat it in and then buff it out. I think if you have oily skin, you're really gonna love this foundation because it is matte. It's not drying though. It's not like a drying matte foundation, and it has really awesome full coverage. So whenever I'm like breaking out, or if I'm doing like a little bit more of a dramatic look like what I'm doing today, then I like this foundation because I know that it gives me the best possible coverage. The Burt's Bees foundation, in my opinion, is a little bit more of a medium coverage. For concealer, I haven't really tried any new amazing concealers, so I'm going to just use my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. I started using this new Tarte sponge, and I got this at Ulta. It's the, I think it's called like the Double Duty Blender or something like that, but I got it at Ulta. It was like $16, and I really like it because it's really squishy and it has like that angle to it. So blending things out is like really... What the heck? That is not cute. Oh, these two together look really great. Like beautiful coverage. Still looks like skin. Lasting power is incredible. For powder, I've been loving this collab powder. You can get this at Sally's Beauty Supply. I did like a whole video. It's like this new brand from Sally's that a bunch of like YouTubers came and collabed together and made the brand. Or I don't know all the details behind it, but I do know that some of their products are actually really good. It's like hit or miss, but this is the Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder. It just looks like this, and I have this one in the shade Porcelain Ivory, and this literally makes your under eye area look so smooth and like so pretty. I really like it, and I took a couple pictures of flash with this, and it doesn't give me like a crazy white cast, so I feel like you'll be safe because it's not like a straight up white powder. It is a light powder, but it does have a little bit of a tint to it. So I like to just take my sponge and kind of, I don't really like to bake with it, but I like to just let it sit for a little bit and then I'll wipe it away. Not the biggest fan of baking. See how like smooth it makes your under eye look? Like, I love it. And sometimes if I do too much, like I said, I don't really love to bake. I'll just literally take the sponge and just run it back and forth to really blend it in. This is one of the most beautiful under eye powders I've used in a while. I also really like the Too Faced Ethereal Loose Setting Powder as well. I go back to that one, but this one is literally so smooth on the face. What I like to do with this powder is kind of just take it and set it wherever I applied the concealer with the sponge, and just press it right into my skin, and it takes away that powdery look. That was so gross. I just had spit on my mouth. I'm sorry about that you had to look at that. But when I press it into the skin with the sponge, it doesn't look like powder. It looks like your face is set and smooth and like skin. So that's why I really like it. So then what I do with the little bit of extra powder that I do have, I'll just take this Wet n Wild P70 brush, swirl it in here, and kind of just pack the rest of it onto my cheeks to set the rest of my face. Do you see how smooth my face looks? Like, it's just crazy to me. I love it. Awesome setting powder, absolutely amazing. They do have other shades as well, but I got one of the lighter ones just because I am so fair right now. So after my powder, I like to usually set my brows because they look a little powdery. So kind of a weird thing, I've also been loving, this is another collab brand product. This is the High Rise Mascara. And I really honestly didn't like this mascara for like my eyes. It just didn't really do much, and I didn't really like the rubbery wand like for my eyes. So I was like, I don't want this to go to waste. So I was like, let me just use it on my brows, because the brush tip is really, really tiny, as you can see. And I feel like it's just perfect for setting your brows. So I did it one day, and I actually ended up loving the way my brows look. Set them into place. It kind of darkened them up a little bit because my hair is darker because I got it done not too long ago. So I was like, ooh, I like this. So I'm basically just gonna run this right through my brows. And you can see it kind of just darkens them up a little bit and sets them into place. And this isn't really a wet mascara. It's more of a drier mascara formula. That's why I think it's like perfect for setting the brows as well. I'm pretty sure you can do this with any mascara, honestly, and it works just as good as like tinted brow gel in my opinion. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just finish up my face. Actually, now that I'm here, I haven't really tried a new like go-to bronzer every single day that I've been using. I kind of been using like my same ones, but I recently started using, like literally a few days ago, this Park Ave Princess palette from Tarte, and I've been really loving it. I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I do, but it's amazing. So I'm gonna be picking up the two shades right here. Boop. Boop. These are the two matte ones, and they just work really well with my skin tone. They're a little bit warm, but they're not too warm, so I love them. I'm going to use a Wet n Wild P60 brush. The colors in here are so smooth, and when you actually swatch them, they're not as pigmented as they appear on the face. So don't let swatches fool you with products. Then to contour a little bit, of course, my LA Girl 104 brush. This is my favorite brush ever. If you guys don't own it, you're missing out. It's amazing for a natural contour look, which is what I always go for. It smells like chocolate. I love it. Okay, then what I like to do is take my P65 brush from Wet n Wild. It's like a little tapered under eye brush. And I'm going to take the colors right in here, the light shades, tap off the excess, kind of clean it up a little bit. So then for blush, I can't stop using this, you guys. If you don't have this blush, run right now to Walmart and pick it up because it's the perfect blush. This is the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Bare Peach, and it's just the perfect peach blush. It doesn't look like much, but everything about it is perfect. It's not too light, it's not too dark. It's so smooth on the cheeks. It lasts a really, really long time. Also, like by the end of the day, I still have this color on my cheeks, so I love it. I'm using an Isabella Scott brush from TJ Maxx, of course. It gives you just the right amount of color without being too much, and you can build it up as well, but like just with a little bit, it goes a long way. As you can see, it's perfect. All right, and then for highlighter, I've been obsessed with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting palette. I pretty much just use these two colors right here. I know that the palette can be a little bit intimidating because they're not your typical colors, and this almost looks like it has a green tint to it, but I promise you it's more so gold on the face, and this one's a little bit more of like a lighter color. Mixing them creates just the perfect color. The brush that I've been using is the P75. I never really played with these two shades right here, to be quite honest with you. Only these two, and the palette is $15, but you get huge eyeshadows. So I do think it is worth it. Like, even if you don't use the other two shades, it's worth it. Okay, to finish up the eyes, I'm actually gonna go back into the Wet n Wild palette, and I'm gonna pick up that shade right here, and I'm gonna highlight my inner tear duct with that because it's just way too pretty not to use it. Like, yes. It's like the little pencil brush from Wet n Wild. It's perfect for the inner tear duct, the brow bone, the lower lash line. It's a very multi-purpose brush. I just literally wipe off the brush with a little makeup cloth that I have, and I'm gonna go back into the eyeshadow palette that I was using, and I'm gonna pick up the shade right down here, which is Hematite, and I'm gonna just run that right on my lower lash line. I also mixed a little bit of the darker brown, which is called Bronzite as well. And I'm focusing most of the colors on the outer part of my lower lash line, just so my eyes don't get like closed off from too many dark colors. Okay, and then for my waterline, I'm gonna just use one of my old favorites. I love this liner. This is the Kokie Cosmetics Velvet Smooth Liner in the shade Champagne, and I'm just gonna line my waterline with it. For my lips, I always go back to this lip liner. I don't know what it is. It's just the formula, the longevity, everything of it is just amazing. The NYX Slide On Glide On lip liner. I have this one today actually in the shade Sugar Glass. I like this one and Nude Suede Shoes. Those are like my two favorite colors. This just goes with every lip color that I love, so it just works really well for me. So I'm just gonna line and fill in my lips a little bit. Favorite lipstick has been the Flower Beauty matte lipsticks in the shade 25 Warm Sand. These lipsticks, I cannot believe how long they last and how not drying they are on the lips. They're really a creamy formula, very unique than anything that I've tried really at the drugstore. You can get these at Walmart. I got a huge PR thing from them, and I was so surprised at how just great quality these are. Final thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and set my makeup, and I've been obsessed with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish Setting Spray. It just looks in a little bottle like this. And I love the original setting spray from Wet n Wild. I really feel like this prevents me from having to touch up constantly like my forehead and stuff throughout the day, so that's why I really love this one, and it doesn't dry out my face, so I love it. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Hopefully it was helpful if you're looking for some new makeup products. I'll leave the prices and everything that I used down below if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in a few days in my next video. Bye!